Hi everyone, welcome to day 52, and thank you for joining me on your mat today. So today, I actually woke up with a little bit of a headache because I think I slept a little funny on my neck. So I'm going to be showing you what I did on the mat to release my headache. If you have persistent headaches or you get constant migraines, please see a healthcare professional. But I think that this type of yoga and movement is very gentle enough for you to also continually do it. But if you need medical help, please seek medical attention. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit up onto something because we're going to start with a breathing exercise called alternate nostril breathing. So I have a block here, and I'm just sitting on the block. You can grab a block yourself, or a blanket, or a pillow, or if you feel more comfortable sitting in a chair, you can sit in a chair. The only thing that I'd like you to do is just try and keep your spine upright and erect, so you don't want to be all hunched over. So sometimes it's helpful to sit up onto something so that your spine can be supported. We're going to start with some alternate nostril breathing. So I've done this alternate nostril breathing instructional video in my previous videos. I've done 2 of them, which shows like the original technique as well as a modified, more gentle technique. So we're going to be doing the original technique today. And essentially what it does is it helps balance out the chi, or the energy in your body, the prana in your body. Different cultures call it different things. But essentially we're just trying to modulate that energy and bring about a lot of good oxygen into your body to help proliferate and encapsulate all of those tissues that may be lacking oxygen, which may be giving you pain, into your head. So we're going to start with the right hand. You're going to take your right hand and bring the index finger and the middle finger towards your palm. So you're going to curl them in, kind of like grasp them. Your thumb, your ring finger, and your pinky finger are still going to be up and pointing out. Okay. Now, before you start to close your eyes and start the alternate nostril breath, maybe you want to watch me for a moment, and then you can continue on your own. So you're going to bring your right hand up towards your nose, okay? And the ring finger is going to block your left nostril when you need to block it, and your thumb is going to block the right nostril when you need to block it, okay? So essentially, we're going to start with a nice inhale and exhale. And we're going to start to take a breath in through the left nostril as you block your right. So breathing in through the left. Now close both nostrils and release the thumb to breathe out through the right. Now breathe in through the right. Block both nostrils. Breathe out through the left. And we continue. Breathe in through the left. Block both. Breathe out through the right. So you can continue this on your own, feeling that transfer of air guiding through one nostril. You block and maybe hold for a second or two, whatever is comfortable, and then you let it out through the opposite nostril. And as you continue and you start to get the rhythm, close your eyes. Really go inward here. So I'm going to continue with you for another minute in silence. Now the next time you breathe out through your left nostril, remove the fingers away from your nose and the hand down to your knee, keeping your eyes closed. Just start to breathe through both nostrils normally. Just noticing how you feel, just doing a quick assessment. Now gently tip your head down like you're looking at the floor and flutter your eyes open and look up. Okay, we're going to come onto a child's pose, so you can move the block or whatever you were sitting on away. Nice and slow, bring your knees out wide, let your big toes touch. Sit your butt back towards your heels, and then slide your hands forward, letting your forehead rest on the floor. You can let your arms rest down so elbows can be on the floor. Just stay here, closing your eyes. Just letting your belly fill up with air. Now you're going to take your hands closer towards your head, and we're going to actually do a little bit of a self-massage. So you're going to take your fingers right at the ridge of your skull here, okay? So if you touch your skull, you're going to feel like this bony sort of prominence where the skull starts to meet your neck. And there's a nice ridge, this bony ridge right here, where all of your muscles, there are these tiny muscles called the suboccipital muscles, which essentially attach your skull to your first vertebrae and your neck. So we're going to take your hands and take your fingers and just kind of gently massage that area with your thumbs or with your fingers, whatever feels comfortable. And again, just like how you would hit your foot against something where you feel that pain, whenever we hit our bodies against something, you always want to like hold it and rub that area, right? So we're doing the same thing here. We're just kind of holding and rubbing so that we can bring some oxygen and new blood supply to the area if it feels kind of stagnant. You might find like points that feel a bit more tender than others. This is just self-exploratory work here. I guess as all movement is, but this is also self-exploratory where you're feeling like what part of your skull and your neck feel a little stiff. And it's also nice to go to this bony point like behind your ear almost. Maybe just working one side at a time, then the other side. And then just bring that to a rest. Stretch your arms out in front of you again. Just noticing how that feels. Release your jaw, open it wide. And close, open it wide, and close. And then you can keep your eyes closed or keep them nice and soft. If they're open, come up onto your hands and knees and spread your fingers nice and wide. We're going to do some gentle cat-cows. So inhale, looking up, stretching the front of your throat. Exhale, draw your belly to your spine. We're just mobilizing all of the vertebrae here. Letting that movement create heat in our joints to help lubricate the joints. And now allow your body to go a little bit rogue with your movement. So if you'd like to move side to side or rotate a little, go ahead and just explore here. Play around with what your body really needs by just moving through different patterns of motion. Maybe you can rock forward and back, all the while staying relaxed and breathing. Just relax and breathe. Not going into any sort of painful range or territories. Want to keep it nice and easy. And then come back into a seated position where you're sitting back onto your feet. So I'm going to use my block here and put it in between my legs so that I have a nice seat to sit on. And then my feet are like directly under my hips. So you can be in this position or you can be in a cross-legged position. It really doesn't matter. Okay, from here, take your hands in front. Take your right hand or your right arm and bring it under your left. And kind of make eagle arms like this, or you can grab onto your hands. So backs of the palms touching or fronts of the palms touching. And what you're going to do from here is push your elbows forward towards the front. Okay? Noticing how that feels between your shoulder blades. Just take a breath there. You should feel a pretty deep stretch between your shoulder blades, in the sides of the shoulders maybe. And now very slowly start to reach your elbows up. Okay, again, we're not moving into any painful or super, super deep stretch. We're just doing what feels good in our bodies, making sure that we're breathing, taking nice deep breaths. And remember, the whole point of doing this yoga for your headache is to get in a lot of oxygen into your tissues, into your body. So take nice deep breaths. Good, and then untwist your arms. Bring your hands behind your back, interlace them. Roll your shoulders open. Push your chest open, and then reach your knuckles down towards the floor. Then breathe into the front of your chest here where you feel this stretch. Maybe moving the neck side to side. If you have the urge, like I did. Really nice. And then let it go. And now again, bringing the hands in front, this time bringing your left hand underneath the right and making those eagle arms. So whichever position you felt you had the most comfort in, do that. Now again, start to push your elbows to the front, just noticing what happens in your shoulders, your shoulder blades, maybe even your spine, in the middle of your spine, your thoracic spine, the part of it that lays in between your shoulder blades. That all of that area we're stretching here. And once it starts to feel a little bit more comfortable being in this stretch, and if you choose to reach your arms up towards the sky until you feel maybe a little bit of a deeper stretch or a different stretch. And again, if you feel like you have the urge to rotate and move your head, do so. But whatever you're doing, just start to take those deep breaths. And then unwind your arms, reach them behind your back. This time interlace them the opposite way, the one that feels a little bit weird or not your normal. Open the chest, pull the shoulder bones back, and then reach your knuckles down towards the floor. Really opening up all of these fibers in the front of your chest. My elbows are straight. I'm sending my breath into the front of my chest and being gentle with my body. Listening to what it needs right now, which is not a lot of force here. And if it urges you to rotate your head, do so. And then let it go. Just shake it out. Good. Now from here, just move the block away. We're going to go into a downward facing dog just to release our legs, which also store a lot of tension in our lower back. So we're just getting the kinks out there. And if for any reason it feels really uncomfortable for that headache right now, for you to have your head down, just come into your child's pose. And I'm in my down dog, just pedaling out my feet, stretching out the backs of my legs, stretching out my toes, taking those nice deep breaths in and out. Taking that time to just explore what is happening in my body. And then lower down to your knees. Swing your legs to one side, and then swing your legs in front of you. Good. Now from here, flex your feet and find your sit bones on the ground. You can bend your knees a little bit if you feel like having them straight makes you round your back. Okay, so you can have them bent, and then you can also take a block and kind of just put them underneath your knees like this, so that your spine feels like upright and lifted, and you're not sinking down where you're reaching. Okay, so I'll keep this here because it just feels nice. But I want you to flex your feet. Your arms can lift up, and then you're going to hinge from your hips, bring your belly closer to your thighs, keeping my spine straight. And then I'm going to grab onto whatever part of my leg feels the most comfortable. So right now it is directly above my ankles. And I'm going to use my hands to pull my spine more upright. Taking a nice deep breath in. And then on my exhale, I can round forward, maybe holding onto my feet now. And then slowly slide your hands up those legs. Move the block away if you had it. And you're going to come lay down in a Shavasana. So let your feet be nice and wide. I like to sometimes even bring them wider than my mat. It just feels nice on my hips and my pelvis. I'm going to get all the shimmies out here. Bringing my shoulder blades like as flat as possible on the floor so that my chest can open. The reason why we do all these like little tips and tricks is so that we can like get so much more oxygen into our body. Instead of being in a congested position, we want to be in a more open, relaxed position. Now before we go into Shavasana, you're going to take your hands and you're just going to massage your jaw a little bit with your hands. So one hand goes up towards your temples, maybe do a little massage there, and then the other hand goes up as the opposite slides down. You can do a massage in both directions, nice and gentle. Again, the reason why we're rubbing this area is just to wake it up and for more blood to go there to just oxygenate that tissue. And then you can even do a scalp massage, the crown of your head, that feels really good. If you have a ponytail, take out your ponytail, especially if you have a headache today. And then your ears also have a lot of nerve receptors, so go ahead and just massage your ears. You can gently pull them a little too. Pull them up, pull them to the side, pull them down. And then just let it go. You can reach your arms over your head, take a nice big stretch, and then bring your hands either onto your belly or at the sides of your body, letting your palms face up. Close your eyes. Just notice how you feel. Nice, slow, long belly breaths. Giving your body just permission to relax. Do absolutely nothing for just a minute or two. Just focusing on yourself and your self-care. Using this slow, controlled movement as medicine. Maybe after this you don't need to take an Advil or a Tylenol. Maybe you just needed to move a little and breathe. That was enough. Go ahead and bend one knee at a time, slowly moving. If you want to stay in your Shavasana for longer, you can turn this video off now. Stay in it for as long as you'd like. Roll over to one side. And then slowly coming out of your fetal position like you're a new person. Keeping your eyes closed, just move comfortably so that you land up in a seated position. Just noticing how you feel compared to before. Maybe if your headache hasn't gone away fully, maybe you still feel like you're on the right path to healing it. Take your hands to the center of your chest, bowing your head down, honoring your body, honoring the movement, and honoring your pain. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that was helpful for you. And remember, the rule of thumb with treating your headache and treating the pain is whatever you found helpful in my video, use it, do it more, and whatever you didn't, leave it. Thank you for joining me, and I hope that made you feel better. Definitely made me feel better. And I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.